Sisters. The Novel. Part 1. Brita. Chapter 20. Cream de la creme. We managed to catch a cab in no time, and 10 minutes later, rolled into a private driveway, leading to a cast iron gate, with a wooden plaque fixed on it. McNeil's, it simply read. Behind the stone walls, a lovely oasis of greenery. A park with alleys, squirrels, gravel paths, 2 small ponds, a fountain, and even a maze. Wow, that's what they call posh, said Krista. Where did you hear the word? Don't remember. Somebody called me that, I didn't understand, and looked it up. Oh, did they? I laughed and hand in hand with my posh sister, stepped on the marble porch of the big, beautiful house, or, rather, of a small palace. We didn't make it up to the top, when the heavy door opened, and out came a butler, a real butler, wearing brown livery with golden embroidery, a black top hat, and a stiff expression on his face, framed with splendid white sideburns. We were standing 2 steps lower, and he was only a head shorter, so I concluded that the man was pretty tall, 6'5" or so. Well, I thought, given Claire's own height, one shouldn't expect her to have a shrimp for a butler. Good afternoon, ladies, he said in a very deep, very butler-like voice. My name is Lyndon. I hope you had a pleasant journey. Would you please follow me into the house? Amazingly, we didn't have to duck through the doorway. Claire McNeil must have adapted the whole house to her imposing stature, and to do so, she must have spent a fortune, but evidently, she could afford it. A small waiting room could only be called small in comparison with the building itself. It was a wood-paneled, round hall about 25 feet in diameter, with a fireplace and 4 burgundy leather armchairs around a mahogany table. Lyndon pulled the chairs for us and poured some champagne into tall glasses. How shall I report you, ladies? Miss Sorensen and Mrs. Kent, Lyndon. Thank you. Thank you. Please sit back and relax, it will not take long. And he evaporated. Cool. Christina noted. I thought all this stuff only exists in movies. Lyndon, huh? Do they reserve names like that especially for servants? And you know, I think you were right. I would feel odd in jeans and trainers here. Once in a lifetime you confessed I'm right, I laughed. This alone is worth the whole trip here from central London. And, most certainly, a drink. We put our glasses together and sipped from them. Bubbles lazily tickled our throats and nostrils. Do you have any idea how I'll survive here, Brett? Krista looked concerned. I'm afraid I'll give a stupid impression. You know what? I will keep my mouth shut, that's the best way, isn't it? Lord and Dame McNeil are happy to see you, Miss Sorensen and Mrs. Kent. Lord and Dame, damn. The 2 words were written in Christina's eyes, filled with horror. I was also impressed. Lyndon was the first person outside Scandinavia to spell our maiden name correctly straight away. Had he been rehearsing behind that wall? If you're enjoying the story, or even if you're not, please like or dislike it, share, and leave a comment. Positive or negative, they are all welcome. And do visit my page on Patreon, where you'll find new stories as well as the familiar ones. Patreon.com/Alex Steak. Thank you. He held the door for us, and 1 minute and 2 rooms later, we were entering another hall. It was much grander and of a square shape, very high ceilings, so high in fact, that it could easily accommodate a 3-story building in it. A gallery circling the hall on the 2nd floor level spanned around a huge crystal chandelier, with real candles crowned with real flames. It's a fairy tale castle, whispered Krista into my ear. Rule number 1, no whispering, I whispered back and smiled at Claire, who rushed to us. She was gorgeous in a scarlet gown. Her hair beautifully done, and a little more than usual makeup, perfectly matched the party atmosphere. Brita, my dear friend, how happy I am to see you. She touched my cheek with hers and turned to Krista. And this beautiful lady is your sister, I presume? Yes, Claire. Please meet Christina. Christina, this is Claire. So nice to meet you, Christina. She gave her a symbolic air kiss. Must admit, this is the first time in my life when I need to rise on my tiptoes to kiss somebody. And you told me, Brita, that Christina is your little sister. She is, I smiled. Not that little any longer though. No. And what a beauty. All right, everybody, Claire turned to the guests. I would like you to meet Christina and Brita, the young ladies who, undoubtedly, will add a touch of life and beauty to our boring company. Roger Wise introduced himself, a man in a navy uniform, and kissed my hand, then Krista's. I could never read all those taps and shoulder straps, but he must have been of a high rank. And he was handsome. It's my pleasure to meet you, ladies, though I must admit, looking at you makes my neck hurt even more than looking at our wonderful host. Hey Glenn, aren't you surprised that your wife is not the tallest in the house, for a change? Glenn, whom the question was directed to, was another handsome man, sleek and well-groomed. He would be pretty tall as well, if only he weren't rolling in a wheelchair. Yes, Admiral, I am. Also, I am honored to have such lovely company. Dear ladies, I'm Glenn O'Neill, husband of this beautiful lady, and uncle of the heroine of the occasion, who's not here yet, but is expected to be very soon. Sir, we cowered in turns, to let him kiss our hands. It's a pleasure to be in your house. And what a house it is. We admire your taste. Oh, thank you, but it's all my wife's merit. I'm just a rusty warrior, the only taste I do have is the one for beautiful women. Aha, old womanizer, you finally confessed, laughed Claire. He wheeled quickly closer to her, and added promptly. Did I say women? I meant woman. The only woman in my life. I liked the company, although quite small, it definitely was fine. There were a few more people there and Claire and Glenn introduced us to everybody, and all appeared to be the cream of society. One of the elderly ladies even bore the surname Windsor. After some natural, thus unavoidable height-related remarks, the topic faded away smoothly, and was replaced with others, more neutral. Half an hour later, after more champagne, when Krista excused herself for the restroom, and got to her feet, that Lord Glenn glanced admirably at her towering frame, and asked as though to himself. I wonder if Barbara will ever grow this tall. Where is she, by the way? Claire made a quick telephone call and announced, all right, everybody, they're at the gates. They asked the Windsor lady. Barbara has been celebrating with her folks all day long, laughed Glenn. Apparently, they started in a cafe, and some of them are coming in along with her. Oh, how nice, the old lady clapped her hands. We are going to have lovely children here. We are, Sarah, though they are not children any longer, Claire smiled down on her. They proudly call themselves teens nowadays. Right after that, Lyndon appeared at the door. To be continued. If you're enjoying the story, or even if you're not, please like or dislike it, share, and leave a comment. Positive or negative, they are all welcome. And do visit my page on Patreon, where you'll find new stories as well as the familiar ones. Patreon.com/Alex Steak. Thank you.